everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that affects so many of us, money habits that are keeping you broke. And let me tell you, understanding these is the absolute first step to turning your financial life around. It's not about feeling bad about past mistakes because honestly, we've all made them. It's about recognizing these patterns, these little unconscious routines that drain your bank account and keep you from building real wealth. We're going to shine a massive spotlight on these habits, dissect them, and most importantly, talk about how to break free. Because even tiny adjustments, consistently applied, can lead to monumental changes in your financial future. Trust me on this one. Now, when I say broke, I'm not just talking about a zero balance in your checking account, though that's certainly part of it. I'm talking about that constant, nagging feeling of financial stress, the anxiety that creeps in when an unexpected bill arrives, the feeling of being stuck in a paycheck-to-paycheck cycle with no room to breathe, let alone dream. It's about the lack of freedom, the inability to make choices because your finances dictate everything. Many of us aspire to financial independence, not necessarily to be mega rich, but to have control over our lives and our time. Understanding these destructive money habits is your roadmap out of that financial fog and into a clearer, more secure future. The tricky thing about these habits is that they often fly under the radar. They can be incredibly subtle, things you do without even thinking, perhaps because they've become so ingrained, or maybe because you see everyone around you doing the same things. It's easy to assume that if it's common, it must be okay, right? Wrong. So often, what's common is what keeps people struggling. We're going to unpack 7 specific habits today, each one a potential roadblock on your path to financial well-being. The goal here is to build awareness, because you can't fix a problem you don't even realize you have. This isn't about blame, it's about empowerment through knowledge. So, stick around because what I'm going to share with you today isn't just theory, it's actionable advice, practical steps you can start implementing immediately, all delivered with that no-nonsense approach you expect. My promise to you is that by the end of this video, you'll have a much clearer picture of any financial gremlins that might be sabotaging your success. And more importantly, you'll have the tools to kick them to the curb. We're going to break down exactly how these habits form, why they're so damaging, and precisely what you can do about them. Let's get into it. All right, let's dive straight into the first, and arguably one of the most widespread money habits that's absolutely devastating to your financial health: living beyond your means. It sounds simple, right? But the reality is, millions of people are caught in this trap without fully grasping its implications. Essentially, it means your expenses consistently exceed your income. You're spending more money than you bring in month after month. This isn't just about that one-off splurge on a vacation. It's a pattern, a lifestyle, where your financial output is greater than your financial input. And the math on this one is brutally simple. If more goes out than comes in, you're heading for a financial cliff. So why do so many people fall into this? Well, the reasons are often complex and deeply psychological. There's immense societal pressure to keep up with the Joneses, to project an image of success, even if it's built on a shaky foundation of debt. We're constantly bombarded with marketing messages telling us we need the latest gadget, the trendiest clothes, the newest car. Then there's emotional spending, using purchases as a way to cope with stress, boredom, or sadness, chasing that fleeting dopamine hit that comes with something new. It's a temporary fix that creates long-term financial pain, a cycle that's incredibly hard to break once it takes hold. Let's paint a picture with some real-world examples because this isn't just abstract. It's the person earning a modest salary but leasing a luxury car they can't truly afford, just for the image. It's renting an apartment in a trendy neighborhood that devours 50%, 60%, or even more of their take-home pay, leaving nothing for savings or emergencies. It's the daily $7 fancy coffee, the frequent meals out because cooking feels like too much effort, the endless subscriptions for services you barely use. Individually, these might seem like small leaks, but collectively, they create a massive hole in your financial boat, sinking you deeper each month. And what's the immediate, unavoidable consequence of this lifestyle? Debt, plain and simple. When you spend more than you earn, you have to find that extra money somewhere. And for most people, that means credit cards, personal loans, lines of credit, or even worse, high-interest payday loans. This debt isn't just a number on a statement, it's a heavy chain around your financial ankles. It comes with crippling interest rates that make the original amount balloon, fees that nickel and dime you, and a constant psychological weight. Your hard-earned money then goes towards servicing this debt, rather than building your future or giving you peace of mind. Moving on to the second critical money habit that's keeping far too many people broke: not having a budget. If living beyond your means is like driving towards a cliff, not having a budget is like driving blindfolded, at night, with no map. It's astonishing how many people operate their financial lives without this fundamental tool. Many folks hear the word budget and immediately think of restriction, deprivation, or something that's only necessary if you're bad with money or don't earn much. But let me tell you, that's a dangerous misconception. A budget isn't a financial straitjacket. It's your financial blueprint for success, giving you clarity, control, and ultimately, freedom. So, what actually happens when you navigate your financial life without a budget? Well, your money just seems to vanish into thin air. You get your paycheck, you pay some bills, you buy some things, and then, boom, before you know it, you're wondering where it all went, anxiously waiting for the next payday. Small, untracked expenses, that daily coffee, impulse buys at the checkout, forgotten subscriptions, they all add up to a significant, invisible drain on your resources. This complete lack of awareness makes it virtually impossible to save effectively, to invest for your future, or even to know for sure if you're truly living within your means. It's a recipe for financial uncertainty and missed opportunities. Let's tackle some of the common excuses people make for not budgeting, because I've heard them all. Oh, it's too complicated, I wouldn't even know where to start. Or I simply don't have the time to sit down and track everything. Some people even believe I earn a good salary, I don't really need to budget, or the classic, I'm pretty good with money intuitively, I generally know what I'm spending. The reality is, modern apps and simple spreadsheets have made budgeting easier than ever. It doesn't have to take hours. And no matter how much you earn, understanding your cash flow is crucial for wealth building. Intuition is no substitute for actual data when it comes to your finances. And here's a critical point. There's a direct and undeniable link between not having a budget and experiencing significant financial stress. When you don't have a plan for your money, any unexpected expense, a car repair, a medical bill, a sudden job loss, can throw your entire financial situation into chaos, leading to panic and often more debt. You're constantly in reactive mode, putting out financial fires, instead of proactively managing your money and building a secure foundation. This constant feeling of being out of control, of your money managing you instead of the other way around, is a massive source of anxiety and can seriously impact your well-being. Let's talk about money habit number 3 that's keeping many people broke: impulse buying. Those unplanned purchases seem innocent but wreak havoc on your finances. It's that candy bar at the checkout, the latest gadget in your social media feed, or that limited time offer. We've all felt that pull, that sudden urge to acquire something unexpected. It's a powerful force driven by marketing and our desires. Retailers understand human psychology, designing experiences to encourage spontaneous decisions. Items near checkout counters aren't there by accident. They tempt you while you're in a buying mindset. Online, targeted ads follow you, flash sales create urgency, and one-click purchasing removes friction. It's easy to spend without a second thought. They tap into our fear of missing out and desire for convenience. It's a constant battle to resist. And what happens when you give in? There's often an initial rush, a burst of excitement from getting something new. It's a dopamine hit, but how long does that feeling last? Often it's followed by regret, realizing that money could have been used for something more important. These small purchases add up. Hundreds, if not thousands of dollars can leak out of your account each year. So, learn to differentiate between a genuine need and a fleeting want. A need is essential and planned for, improving your life sustainably. A want often provides a temporary high and leads to clutter and financial strain. Consider the true cost of convenience. Sometimes paying extra now means sacrificing a larger future goal. Pause, take a breath, and ask if this purchase aligns with your long-term financial plan, or if it's just a momentary distraction that you'll forget about but will feel in your bank account. Section 2. The slow drain. How impulse buys sabotage your savings. All right, moving on to the fourth money habit that's a surefire way to stay broke: neglecting savings. Without a savings habit, you're walking a financial tightrope without a safety net. Common excuses include, "I'll start saving next month," or "I just don't earn enough to save right now." While these reasons might feel valid, they often mask a deeper issue of prioritization. Saving isn't just for the wealthy, it's essential for everyone. Make it a non-negotiable part of your financial life. Without dedicated savings, you're in a precarious situation. Living paycheck to paycheck means you're one emergency away from a crisis. This isn't sustainable and doesn't pave the way for long-term wealth. Savings create the freedom to make positive choices and pursue opportunities. Okay, let's tackle the fifth money habit that can seriously sabotage your financial well-being: relying too heavily on credit cards, especially for everyday expenses. Credit cards are incredibly tempting, aren't they? They offer unparalleled convenience, just a quick tap or swipe, and your purchase is complete. Many come with enticing rewards programs, cashback offers, or travel points, making you feel like you're getting something for free. And then there's the buy now, pay later aspect, which allows you to acquire things even when you don't have the immediate cash on hand. This combination of features makes them a very easy tool to lean on, perhaps a little too much for comfort. The problem is, this convenience comes with a psychological disconnect. When you're using a physical piece of plastic, or even just your phone, to pay for things, it doesn't feel like you're spending real money in the same way as when you hand over cold, hard cash. Studies have shown that people tend to spend significantly more when using credit cards compared to cash. It's easier to lose track of your expenditures, and those small everyday purchases, coffees, lunches, online subscriptions, can accumulate rapidly without you fully registering the total until that dreaded monthly statement arrives. This disconnect can lead to a gradual creep in your spending habits, pushing you further away from your financial goals. And this is where the real danger of credit cards lies: the debt spiral, fueled by high interest rates, and the trap of minimum payments. If you're only making the minimum payment required on your credit card balance each month, you could be in debt for decades, paying an exorbitant amount of interest that far exceeds the original cost of your purchases. For example, a $5,000 balance on a card with an 18% APR could take over 20 years to pay off if you only make minimum payments, and you'd end up paying thousands more in interest alone. Credit card companies design minimum payments to be just enough to keep you in debt for as long as possible, because that's how they maximize their profits. Ultimately, relying on credit cards to fund a lifestyle you can't truly afford is like putting a Band-Aid on a much deeper financial wound. It masks underlying issues, such as living beyond your means or not having an adequate emergency fund. Instead of addressing the root cause, credit cards allow you to temporarily maintain an unsustainable level of spending, but the reckoning always comes. This habit can lead to a cycle of debt that's incredibly difficult to break, causing immense stress, damaging your credit score, and severely limiting your financial freedom for years, if not decades, to come. It's a dangerous crutch that can cripple your long-term financial health. Section 2. Reclaiming control. Smart credit use and debt elimination. All right, let's dive into the sixth habit that's absolutely demolishing your chances of building any real wealth, and that's not investing. Not investing your money is like leaving a high-performance sports car sitting in the garage, never taking it out for a spin. You're missing out on its incredible potential to grow and work for you. Inflation erodes your money's value over time. Investing allows your money to grow and compound, building wealth. The biggest risk is not investing at all. Ignoring financial education is a major roadblock to your financial success. A lack of financial literacy is like navigating a minefield blindfolded. It's an absolute necessity in today's complex world. Without understanding money management, you're vulnerable to costly mistakes and scams. Financial ignorance leads to stress, poor decisions, and missed opportunities. The antidote? Actively seek financial education. Empower yourself to make informed decisions and seize opportunities. Financial education is more accessible than ever. Use free resources like books, podcasts, and online courses. Start small, stay curious, and commit to ongoing learning. Even a little financial knowledge can transform your financial future. All right, so there you have it. 7 common money habits that could very well be the reason you're feeling broke or stuck in a financial rut. We've covered everything from living beyond your means and not having a budget, to the dangers of impulse buying, neglecting savings, over-relying on credit cards, the massive missed opportunity of not investing, and finally, the critical importance of continuous financial education. Recognizing these habits in your own life is the absolute first step towards making a positive and lasting change, and I commend you for sticking through this to learn. Now, information is great, but action is where the real magic happens. I don't want you to just watch this video and then go back to the same old routines. My challenge to you is to pick just 1, maybe 2, of these habits that resonated most with you, the ones you know you need to tackle, and commit to making a small change starting today. Maybe it's setting up a simple budget, or automating a small transfer to your savings account, or dedicating 30 minutes this week to learn about index fund investing. Remember, small, consistent actions compound over time to produce incredible results. Thanks so much for watching this video all the way through. I really hope you found it helpful and that it's given you some practical insights you can apply to your own financial journey. If it did, and you want to see more content designed to help you manage your money smarter, build wealth, and achieve your financial goals, then please do me a huge favor and smash that like button. It really helps out the channel. And of course, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos packed with tips and strategies. We're all on a journey to improve our financial lives, and sharing knowledge is a big part of that. Take what you've learned, apply it, and start building that brighter financial future for yourself. It's totally within your reach. Thanks again for your support, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Keep crushing it. And remember, every positive financial decision you make today is an investment in your tomorrow. See you soon.